Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Let's Connect show on KONNECTiN. Today, we're going to look at options to stream anywhere to everywhere. By the way, if you're new to this show, please use the comment box to let me know where you're from. I would love to have conversations with you. And if you're new and you don't know who I am, my name is Vijil Bose. I am from Let's Connect show on KONNECTiN. Today, we're going to look at a unit from Blackmagic design called ATEM Mini Pro. About a year ago, I think probably about a year or year and a half ago, Blackmagic introduced a unit called, a device called ATEM Mini. ATEM Mini is a live streaming switch that you can connect to your computer and use your preferred live streaming software to stream. And pretty soon that unit became very popular among streamers. And a few months down the road, they introduced another unit called ATEM Mini Pro ISO. This is the Pro version of the same unit. The only difference is that it has got more buttons. Plus, it has got some, couple of very interesting features called multi-view. And this unit also has a capability to go live right from the device. That's why it's called very powerful. Multi-view in this, and what that means is, the back of this unit has got, there's 4 different inputs. So here, let me see if I can show this to you. Get the focus right. Okay, there are 4 inputs, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is a USB out and plus a network port. So with multi-view, actually, you can actually view the inputs from 4 different camera sources. It could be a camera or could be a computer connected to this unit using HDMI cable. And you can actually view it using another monitor using a multi-view option. It is a push button simple option. You just have to push one button and you will be able to see all the camera inputs from camera inputs and also using on the monitor. And the other professional feature is that, like I said earlier, it has the built-in encoder with which you can actually go live without you have to have a computer. And you only use computer minimally when you use it with this unit. I'm talking about ATEM Mini Pro, unit. It's a professional unit. What that means is, you don't need any heavy-end, a PC or any machine, and you can just go live just with this unit. That makes this unit very, very, very powerful. And I don't think that any device out there in the market as of today at the price point as this ATEM Mini Pro. And this device is about $595, and the link is in the description. You can actually check it out. And recently, Blackmagic introduced another version of this unit called ATEM Mini Pro ISO. The only difference that I can think about that unit is that from the unit, actually, you can independently record 4 different ISO channels. That means 4 different camera input, video inputs, actually, you can record using the same device. And other than that, there is not much difference that you will see on the outside. There is an interesting story about my experience with the live streaming. About 2 years ago or something, one of my friends reached out to me and asked me if I can cover an event, that was a person passed away. So they're having a viewing event, and their family members wanted us to cover that event, as well as they also wanted us to live stream the whole event to both Facebook and YouTube. To be honest with you, I had no clue about live stream back at the time, and I did some Googling and I found an app and I downloaded it on my phone, and that was it. So I went there with my camera, with my, I used a Canon 70D to cover that event, and I mounted my phone on top of my camera and actually fired this app. I forgot the name of the app, and then I have one of the family members logged on to their accounts on Facebook and YouTube and actually live streamed that event. It was not a good quality stream, because I think it was only 480 resolution. That was the only thing that was possible back at the time. And all the technologies back then, you know, the technology was there, but it was not affordable to a layman like me until they introduced this unit, an ATEM Mini, ATEM Mini Pro, and ATEM Mini Pro ISO. Now the technologies is more, it is more, we can actually, it's more reachable to you, and we can afford these devices, and actually we can use these devices to live stream to anywhere and everywhere. So that is a backstory about my experience with the live stream or live streaming in general 2 years ago. Since then, I got interested in this concept of live streaming. So I've been following this trend and the technologies thereafter. And now we're doing a presentation about this, and I'm so excited about it. Today, we're going to look at how we can live stream to multiple destinations, not only single destination, multiple destination using ATEM Mini Pro in conjunction with another technology. Okay, so let's get to it. All right. All right. So what you see on the screen is it's a Restream interface. So Restream is it's a multicasting service. I think I covered, actually I talked about, actually I did a show on Restream the last show was about, not the last show was about Restream. I showed how to schedule event using the same service. So today we are not going into the scheduling aspect, but we are going directly into multicasting using the same service, and how we can use Restream along with ATEM Mini Pro without having to use a computer. All right. So here I configured two destinations here: Facebook KONNECTiN testing group and Facebook KONNECTiN community network. These two are related to our Facebook profile page called KONNECTiN, and testing group is a private only, and both are private only groups. But testing group is exclusively private because I am the only one using it to test my streams before I go live. So these are the ones that I configured for today's demonstration. And then onto the right side of that screen is streaming software RTMP, and that is what we are going to be looking at today. RTMP stands for real-time messaging protocol. And when you click on this RTMP settings, a couple of things here. One is a URL, one is a stream key. And a word of caution, stream key is something that you should never, disclose it to other people, especially in public, or you only use it, it's called a private key. And if you disclose it to other people can stream to, using that key, stream to your channel or stream to your Facebook page using that that stream key. All right. And so I'm actually going to reset this so that we will have a fresh start. it's asking a question. This will immediately invalidate your current stream key. Are you sure you want to generate a new one? Yes, sir. Yes, get a new stream key. So it shows me a key here. So I'm going to copy this and it's done. Okay, that's it. And I configured here, and I also have my title is test, test, test. That's it. Okay. So now I'm going back to okay, this is ATEM software control. This is the software from Blackmagic that you can use to control the live streaming encoder come switch. It's ATEM Mini Pro, ATEM Mini, or ATEM Mini Pro ISO. Okay. And here, what we are interested is, before we even get to this, the first thing that you have to do is make sure that your unit is connected to a network. I showed you, right, there's a network port behind that unit. You connect it to a network so that this unit will be available within your network. So using this ATEM software control, you can control this unit, you know, it will be able to, through your network. You don't really need to physically connect it to a computer or anything. This software can run on any machine as long as that machine is connected to a same network where this ATEM Mini or ATEM Mini Pro or ATEM Mini Pro ISO is connected. Okay, and after that, the first thing that you have to do is you have to locate a file called streaming.xml file. On Mac, you go into library and application support, and there is the Blackmagic design. There is a folder called switchers, and that is where streaming.xml is located. And make a copy of this file. And let's take a look at this file. Okay, this has got a bunch of information. In addition to that, it also has got destinations where you're actually streaming to. When you get this unit, you know, by default, Blackmagic supports 3 destinations: YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. But it doesn't limit you from adding new destinations. So what you have to do is that you copy this block, this XML block, sorry, service to service. There is a starting tag of service and ending tag of service. So that is what you have to copy. That's what I did yesterday. You copy it and paste it here and change that name and the URL. And if I go back to that Restream key, and this is the URL that you configured there. Okay. And hey, Sammy, good morning. Hey, good morning, Andrew. So, there you go. So that's what I did. I just copied it and changed the name to Restream and also updated the URL. My primary and secondary URL is the same URL, and that's it. And I didn't change any of these settings. I retained the same settings as my YouTube settings. So that's it. And you, by default, when you save it, it won't let you save in the same folder because, you know, that application support folder is a, you know, you need an administrative privilege. So what you can do is, if you're opening this on Mac environment, you save it in a folder where you can save it, and then copy it over to the switchers folder that I showed you, right? Library application support Blackmagic switchers, and by giving your administrative username and password, and just save it and copy it there, and restart this ATEM software control, then you will be able to see that 4th option here, Restream. Okay, so here I'm changing, just a second, just making sure that I copy that. All right, keep copied, done. Coming back up here, And all I needed to just change the stream key. There you go. That's it. Now you can change, you can choose the quality of the stream that you want. I think I always go with the streaming medium, and depending on the bandwidth that you have, the rule of thumb is, the upload speed divided by 2 is what you should be setting here. And because now I am using 7 MB per second is my streaming upload speed that I'm using here. So that is more than enough for me to get a good quality stream. So, so all I have to do is just on air, and now you see that on air at the bottom it says OK. Now let's quickly go back to the Restream and making sure that it's coming up here. See, the stream is showing up on my Restream monitor. Now let's check out the Facebook page. Okay, this is the Facebook page, KONNECTiN testing group, and this is the other community network where that stream is supposed to show up. So now let me refresh this page. All right, see, that stream is here, and we'll also refresh this page to see the stream is coming up. There you go. So simultaneously 2 destinations getting the same stream, and all from ATEM Mini Pro going into Restream. And I'm not really using computer for streaming now. I'm using the hardware to stream. So that makes this unit very, very powerful, because you don't really need any high-end computer to do the streaming because encoding process is a very computing intensive, actually CPU intensive process. So that is the so let me go back to the unit, and let me turn off so that I can actually save the bandwidth. Now go back up here, the stream entered here, and Facebook, it takes a little time to end it, so it'll end. So see, what happens when you do this streaming is that there is an encoding process happens. And to explain encoding in layman's terms, if you ever have done video editing, you do all the edits, and then the final stage in that editing process is basically to export your movie file. And how do you do that is basically is that that you choose export option, and then what happens behind the scenes is actually it encodes that movie from one format to another format. Hi Kirtana. Hi Karthik. From one format to another format based on the platform where your movie file will be finally be played on. So that is a one-time process when you do the editing process, and when you do the editing. But in live streaming world, that same process happens throughout your live stream. So now you can imagine, how intensive that process is. So that's why anything that you do with hardware it's very, very powerful, in the sense that you don't really need a heavy-end computer. You can actually go live with just that unit, and you probably need one, maybe a laptop, not very high-end, to actually to install the ATEM software control. You can also, I think you can install this software control on a thumb drive, and you can still launch it from there. I think I saw one thumb drive on Amazon, and you can actually install it on that and do all the configuration, and without you have to have a computer. And you can also use same unit to do a PowerPoint presentation, webinars, your courses, without you needing to have a computer. Well, if you really want to use multicasting, then definitely you need to have either Restream. There are several other options out there, and Caster is one of them. Caster subscription is it actually is good, because it's only $9.99 per month, whereas Restream, it's a bit pricey. But the advantage of using Restream is Restream aggregates comments from different platforms and present it to your preferred live streaming application in a unified way, so that you can interact with the audience from different platforms. So that makes it Restream a preferred service for many people. But Caster, on the other hand, last I checked, I don't think it has an ability to pull comments from different platforms, but it supports streaming into 30 plus destinations, and it is very powerful service. And there are other solutions out there too. Live stream from Vimeo is another one, but that's all pricey ones, and only enterprise or businesses actually uses those services. But Restream is slightly affordable. If you take the basic, it's about $240 per year. But if you upgrade your plan to professional, then it becomes roughly about $400 or so. But some people do that, and some people stick with the basic plan, which is more than enough for some people. But especially if you are streaming to both Facebook and YouTube, the basic plan would be more than enough. And that is it. That makes this unit very, very powerful. And that's all I have for today. And unless you have any questions, then I can answer them. And one other thing that I like to talk about it, in the last show also I mentioned about this. We introduced a community network called KONNECTiN Community Network. This network is mainly to offer some exclusive content and also create a knowledge base. And so please feel free to check us out. And this group is part of our profile, KONNECTiN profile. It's a Facebook profile. You can actually search for KONNECTiN Live, KONNECTIN LIVE. It's a profile page, and you can join this group. And the advantage of this group is basically, we can create some exclusive content. Also use this group to generate topics, so that we can actually create a show, so that other people get some benefit out of this. And check us out. And that's all for me. And if you are looking to get started in live stream, and and if you're getting stuck, please check us out. Please subscribe. You may want to consider subscribing to our channel, so that you will not miss any single content that we do in the future. We do provide tech reviews, product reviews. In addition to that, we also provide tips and strategies to help, individuals and professionals, getting started on live streaming. All right. And anyway, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this show, and I hope you learned something today. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.